The Stinger operating system is our own cyber warfare and network intrusion platform. It's a beautiful piece of software, built by combining the most advanced open-source hacking modules from civilian and military sources. If you've experienced any penetration testing platforms like Kali or Metasploit, you'll recognize similarities. Zoning out already? Okay, I know most of you have the attention span of a goldfish when it comes to basic training, but mastering this intrusion platform is key to becoming a lethal cyber warfare agent in the field. Ready to get started? Let's familiarize ourselves with the Stinger OS menu. If this takes more than 5 minutes, I'll fire our user interface team. Only kidding, it'll be easier to fire you. Less paperwork. Each certification is broken up into 3 stages, and your objective will automatically update as we progress. Click Initiate Phase 1 on your left panel, and I'll pass you over to one of our agents to take it from here. Dylan's trained many of our recruits, so you're in good hands.
Comm check, 1127. Hey, this is Agent Dylan. I'll be your wingman during training. Word of advice, it's always the know-it-alls who make the biggest mistakes. We can't afford mistakes, so keep a level head. As Wheeler explained, you're starting basic and building up from there. Go to the information gathering menu on your left and launch the fingerprint module. Drag the window around a bit and complete the test by typing the command help. Easy, right?
Information gathering module initiated.
Excellent! You can listen and follow basic orders. That's not as common as you'd imagine. The Stinger OS lets you access resources from other divisions within the Black Watchman. Division 40 is in charge of IMINS, the Imagery Intelligence section, and MASINS, the Measurement and Signature Intelligence. They provide you with satellite feeds and drone coverage during operations. You can access these services at the bottom of your screen. Division 40 is the 4th icon from the left. Click it and enter the following coordinates: 38 latitude, minus 77 longitude. Once you activate the satellite, click the Back to Globe link to end your task.
Drone and imagery intelligence active. Drone and imagery intelligence active.
Nice! Before completing the certification, I want you to check out your agent profile. It's at the top left of your Stinger OS. Change your avatar and return here to finish this certification.
I'm impressed. Agent Dillon seems keen to train you. He must see some potential. Alright, you've completed your first certification. You have another 29 left. You don't need to do it all, but if you are curious, you're welcome to dive in. Not all certifications are about command lines and typing text. Our work also involves other forms of investigation like digital forensics or signal intelligence. We'll learn them soon enough, but you have to master the command line first. It's a standard weapon and a valuable one. Some of this may already be familiar, but it never hurts to recap. Let's start with OSINT. Open Source Intelligence is the act of gathering intel from public data. Regardless of the nature of your target, there's a strong likelihood they've left a mark somewhere on the internet. Collecting all this public information lets you map a target's network infrastructure and identify its point of vulnerability. Your first certificate will focus on domain name reconnaissance. Domain names save us from having to memorize IP addresses. All we need to do is type in a domain name to retrieve a website or access a service. These domain names are managed by a domain name server, or DNS for short. That's great for us because we can extract data about our targets from these servers. Agent Dillon will show you how to find domain and subdomain names, even if the target didn't intend to make the information public.
Man, I love this part. It's fun to see what you newbies are made of and separate the wheat from the chaff. Right, domain name reconnaissance. You'll need the DNS and vhost mapping module, which you'll find in the information gathering menu. The first command you've got to learn is the sfuzzer. sfuzzer launches a good old-fashioned dictionary attack against the domain name, trying thousands of the most common subdomains used on the net. If you sfuzz a domain name like Nite4.com, the dictionary will first try the obvious www before moving on to other subdomains like mail, FTP, or extranet.nite4.com. Each time a domain name answers positively to an sfuzzer request, it will show as active. Since that's all automated, you just need to decide how long to run the dictionary attack. The longer you run it, the more words it tries, and the more potential access points you gain. Remember, the attack always starts with the most common words. 10 to 20 seconds is a good enough benchmark for easy targets. Well, what are you waiting for? You're the one who needs to get certified, not me. Open that DNS and vhost module and launch a 10-second dictionary attack on the domain name Nite4.com. If you get stuck, follow the instructions on the terminal.
Information gathering module initiated.
Another way of finding domain names is through a search engine's database, like Google, Yahoo, Bing, and the likes. Ask Jeeves isn't as useful anymore. Sometimes a search engine will accidentally index a private subdomain because of an oversight, leaked reference, or careless third party. We're here to take advantage of that mistake. I want you to use the OSINTSCAN command on Nite4.com and specify a database to look through. To look through Google database, you will type -s google.com. To ask for the first 500 results in the search engine, you simply add -d 500. So, your final command will be OSINTSCAN -s google.com -d 500. If you get stuck, the instruction should help.
Information gathering module initiated.
Excellent work! You know what you have now? The expertise to quickly identify potential entry points in an enemy network. You have the keys to their house. Of course, once you're inside the house, you'll need a new strategy. There's one last trick to the OSINTSCAN command. Sometimes, a server can host multiple domains. Though one domain could be protected, another could be vulnerable. IP addresses are unique numbers that identify internet servers, and if you search by IP, you'll find all domains and subdomains present on that server. This doesn't just locate entry points. It helps discover links between organizations, like a supplier or a sister company that shares the same server. Right, let's finish up. Execute an OSINTSCAN on our IP address, 98.124.199.93.
Information gathering module initiated.
You're almost there, only a few more steps until we give you access to more powerful modules. We need to know you're comfortable with a sidearm before handing you a grenade launcher, so let's finish the basics. This next certificate covers advanced OSINT tactics.
Time to play around with the tools you've learned. I've set up various subdomains on niteteam4.com, and I want you to test out different S-Fuzzer dictionary attacks. You'll notice contrasting results between a 5-second attack and a 20-second one. Follow the objectives to complete the task.
Information gathering module initiated.
Now, I want you to see the difference between an S-Fuzzer and OSINTSCAN attack. Run both a 15-second S-Fuzzer and a 500 deep OSINTSCAN against niteteam4.com. Excellent! Time for a little test. I've hidden the subdomain forums.niteteam4.com. Use what you've learned so far to find it. It may be a long S-fuzzer or a really deep OS int scan. You might also find it in another search engine's database. Despite what their marketing team says, Google isn't the only one out there. Go for it.
Information gathering module initiated.
Look how far you've come. Glad to see your recruitment officer was right. It won't be long until we turn you into an excellent agent. Okay, back to work. After you find a network's footprint, you'll need to scan for applications or services which are running on the server. Once you identify them, you'll want to search for any known vulnerabilities you can exploit. Services on a server need to communicate with the internet through a port, in the same way as when browsing the web, your browser connects to an application server via the default port 80. Scanning every possible port is a laborious process, but the Stinger OS comes with a distributed proxy network, using hundreds of servers to return results in seconds. Let's see how well you can find an open port and identify its running software. Agent Dylan will guide you through the explanation.
Time to learn more about our target. Fingerprint commands are pretty straightforward. To scan the www subdomain, type fingerprint www.niteteam4.com. You can enter this command in any terminal to automatically launch the fingerprint module. Also, you can launch the terminal via your information gathering menu. I've put the exact command in your certification objective, so make sure you follow the objectives.
Information gathering module initiated.
As you can see, we're running an Apache server on port 80 for our website. Simple stuff, and thankfully, the fingerprint module didn't identify any vulnerabilities. Can't have the public face of our organization vulnerable to attack. Anyway, a fingerprint works by testing hundreds of requests for a specific technology and recording the software version that's running, along with its known vulnerabilities. Go ahead and run another fingerprint, this time on test.niteteam4.com. I've set the subdomain up specifically for you. You'll now realize it's possible for a domain name to have multiple ports. In this case, none of them are vulnerable, but I'm going to give you access to a vulnerable technology. I want you to target the subdomain server.niteteam4.com with your fingerprint module.
With information on your target's domain, subdomain, port, and software, you can now determine the best way to infiltrate their network. The fingerprint tool may flag up vulnerable technology, but you still need to know how to exploit that weakness. Your Stinger OS has a built-in database of all known exploits. Each one has a unique CVE number, short for Common Vulnerabilities and Exposures. The database is funded by our friends at the Department of Homeland Security, so feel free to send them a thank you card later. A CVE record from our exploit database includes everything you need to reproduce or even automate the attack process. It's like your very own version of the Anarchist Cookbook. Knock yourself out.
Let's start with a normal attack vector. Pull up your DNS and vhost mapping and fingerprint modules to find a vulnerable technology on the domain freekevin.net.
Information gathering module initiated. Information gathering module initiated.
Well done! Let's see what we can learn about the vulnerabilities. Open your exploit database module in the information gathering menu, then type the command searchsploit SharePoint-2007 to bring up the CVE vulnerability record.
Information gathering module initiated.
Awesome! Let's go for one more exploit with the command searchsploit CRM 4.0. Then we can launch into the juicy stuff, network intrusion.
Information gathering module initiated.
Well, well, recruit, looks like you're about to complete basic terminal operations. What better way to end than a chance to play with the infamous Fox Acid server? Developed by the NSA for their tailored access operations unit, Fox Acid orchestrates automated exploits with multiple applications. The original version was mostly used for inbound queries. A visitor had to call the Fox Acid server to get infected. Our upgrade comes with thousands of outbound automated exploit scripts, so we can now actively attack a target instead of waiting for them to come to us. Civilian tools like Armitage are also useful, but our version is a lot more powerful. For now, we'll give you access to basic scripts and exploits. Your task is to infect the cyberdynegroup.net and install the After Midnight rootkit. This is a small footprint, kernel space, persistent rootkit that will provide backdoor access to their network. After this task, you will complete basic terminal operations. Then, you can move into advanced training or take on your first official mission. Good luck!
You're almost done. You know the drill. Find a vulnerable entry point for the domain cyberdynegroup.net. Follow the instructions in your objectives.
Information gathering module initiated. Information gathering module initiated. Information gathering module initiated. Information gathering module initiated.
Awesome! Now, launch the exploit database and find the CVE record for the vulnerable technology.
Information gathering module initiated.
This is it, the final stage of your basic training. Open your Fox Acid server and enter all the attack parameters you saw in the CVE records. Take your time and make sure you've got the attack parameters on the left and the target parameters on the right. When you're ready, click in the center to launch the attack. This will deploy your After Midnight rootkit and install a Turbine C2 card, giving you full backdoor access to their network. Ready? Next time I speak to you, you'll be geared up for the big guns. Damn, I feel proud. I can't wait to hear Wheeler certify you. Now go ahead and finish what you started.
Fox Acid server connection initiated. Fox Acid attack launched. Fox Acid attack successful.
To whom it may concern, it is with great pleasure that I, Sergeant Catherine Wheeler, recommend Agent 7491 for the rank of Security Analyst Level 1. After successfully completing the basic terminal operations training with speed and finesse, this agent is now ready for active duty. I hereby request that we grant access to our Advanced Training Certification and Mission Center. I stand in strong belief that Agent 7491 will be a reliable addition to our organization and wish them a long and successful career in the agency. Respectfully, Sergeant Catherine Wheeler. Welcome to Advanced Training. These certifications are not mandatory but can vastly improve your effectiveness during active missions. Your eagerness to better yourself has been noted. Keep it up. As a Nite Team 4 agent, there's more to the job than just wreaking havoc inside a target's network. Collecting data from a compromised network can often mean life and death for our field agents. The information gathered is invaluable to the success of the mission. The following set of certifications will focus on digital forensics, the branch of forensic science focused on recovering and investigating intel found electronically. We're going to start simple. Agent Dillon will introduce you to your Stinger OS file browser, then you'll move on to advanced modules, whose abilities will likely cause you to lose a night or two of sleep.
Well, look who's now a security analyst. Can't wait to upgrade your clearance level. Alright, let's make it happen. Your Stinger OS comes with a file browser that automatically detects a host protocol on Linux or Windows. As long as you've got the necessary credentials, you can log in and browse a target's user files and folders. I've set up a shared folder on my local computer so you can familiarize yourself with the tool. Start by launching the password attack module to brute force my account. The module is in your network intrusion menu. In a future certification, I'll bring you up to speed on dictionary attacks and hash cracking, but for now, just use these parameters. The target URL is ftp.niteteam4.com, and my username is dvorhees. That's Delta Victor, Oscar Oscar, Romeo Hotel, Echo Echo Sierra. After the password attack interface is loaded, select the dictionary John the Ripper and click Start to launch the attack.
Turbine C2 registry. Connection completed. Turbine C2 registry initiated. Connection completed. Password attack and intrusion module initiated. Target acquired. Awaiting variables to launch attack. Attack launched. Password successfully compromised.
Awesome! You found my super secret password. Looks like I'll have to update my AOL login info. Now, connect to my computer and download the personnel NT4 files in my user directory. My computer IP is 192.168.1.5. The file browser module is in the data forensics menu. Gaining access to a target's network not only allows you to dig around their computer, you can also plant malware or even compromising evidence within their system. It's an effective means of gaining leverage and control over your target. Plus, it's fun. To finish this certification, plant the file Bank of China Savings Account in my user directory. You'll need to navigate to my Documents folder and upload the file by double-clicking it in the Delivery Package panel.
You now have the means to covertly browse a target's documents and sensitive data, which is useful, but often the important information is hidden in vast amount of data. It's far too time-consuming to sift through it all manually. Luckily, our friends at the NSA gave us access to I-SKELETOR, an advanced server grid that gathers and analyzes millions of data points in mere seconds. When you're searching for a needle in the haystack, I-SKELETOR is like a powerful magnet. As a Level 1 security analyst, your access to military and civilian surveillance data is very limited, but you can use I-SKELETOR to identify specific patterns in any data sources you yourself find during missions. Agent Dylan will demonstrate what you can get out of I-SKELETOR at your current clearance level.
I-SKELETOR, you're going to grow to love this thing. Does most of the heavy lifting for us. Trust me, it saves a ton of time and effort. I-SKELETOR is the last icon at the bottom of your screen, the one that looks like an eye. The interface is super simple. When you import data points into I-SKELETOR, it analyzes and tags them as organizations and individual entities, or else data sources, for things like bank accounts, financial transactions, or traffic cams. I've loaded 2 entities into your database. Drag and drop them in the center of the screen and select the IDs and records pattern. This will task I-SKELETOR to find any official records connecting the entities. To run the query, click on the play icon in the lower center of the screen.
I-SKELETOR forensics initiated.
That's me! Hard to think I could be such a skilled hacker and such a handsome devil. Some of us just have it all, I guess. Now let's add Wheeler as a third entity. Try to find something that connects all 3.
I-SKELETOR forensics initiated. I-SKELETOR forensics initiated.
Great job! I've reset your entities and loaded up an investigation scenario. Find a connection between Sigil and the Black Watchman. Any new entities you discover will automatically be added to your I-SKELETOR database. Great job! I've reset your entities and loaded up an investigation scenario. Find a connection between Sigil and the Black Watchman. Any new entities you discover will automatically be added to your X-Keyscore database.
X-Keyscore forensics initiated. 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 X key score forensics initiated.
Great work, Agent. This is the last step of your digital forensics training. Agent Dylan and I prepared a little investigation scenario to test what you've learned so far. Good luck.
Let's start by investigating a new employee at cyberdynegroup.net. We borrowed his laptop and uploaded its contents to X-Keyscore. You've already got access to their network, so open your Turbine C2 registry and connect to the Cyberdyne network. It's the first icon on the lower middle of your screen. The registry shows all the networks you can access thanks to your work with Fox Acid. Locate the network card you want to use and click Connect to VPN. Your remote address at the top corner of your screen will change to Cyberdyne. This means any web navigation or attacks you carry out will look like it's coming from inside their own network. Neat, right? Use X-Keyscore to find intel about the location of the main corporate file server. Once you've found it, run a fingerprint attack against the server.
Turbine C2 registry initiated. Connection completed. X-Keyscore forensics initiated. X-Keyscore forensics initiated. Information gathering module initiated.
Awesome! We now know the server location. It's not vulnerable, so you gotta access the server legitimately. We have the employee username, but running a password attack is risky. If we get caught, we'll lose the opportunity to plant our malware. According to the intel you found, the employee has a corporate-issued cell phone. Go to the network intrusion menu and launch the phone CID backdoor. Use the intel you identified in X-Keyscore and enter the cell phone's unique MAC address and vendor name. Then, investigate the phone to find the password.
Network intrusion module initiated.
Looks like we have what we need to upload the malware. Did you figure out the riddle? There is a house. One enters it blind and comes out seeing. What is it? It's one of the oldest riddles in the world. A version of it was found etched into a clay tablet found in Sumer, dating from 18th century BC. Humanity has had almost 4,000 years to solve it, but I'm only giving you 5 more seconds. Time's up! The answer is school. We enter school blind, without knowledge, and come out the other side a learned scholar, able to see the world. Clever, right? I'm a sucker for ancient Samaria. Well, actually all of Mesopotamia. Anytime you want to chat Bronze Age civilizations, I'm your guy. But I won't always be here to help you with stuff like this. So from time to time, you'll have to leave the Stinger OS to do some research in the real world or online. Let's hope Sasha Brewster didn't change her temporary password. Open the file browser and use her credentials to connect to the Cyberdyne Group file server. Then, upload the malware and get the hell out of there.
Turbine C2 registry. Initiate. Network disconnected.
So, you're the new recruit that got everyone talking? Good to finally meet you. Sergeant Wheeler recommended you for the Network Intrusion certification, and that's my specialty. My name is Agent Patricia Conway, and I'm here to show you the ropes. Don't mind Agent Dillon if he seems a little jumpy about this certification. He's just stressed out. He's taken a shine to you and he doesn't want to see you fail. And well, not all recruits make it through this one. So be sure to pay attention so we can get you certified and calm his nerves a bit. Got it? Good. We're focusing today on simple manipulation, one of the most powerful tools for any successful operative. I'll show you what you need to do to trick your target into performing actions that compromise their own security, to get them to open infected email attachments, give their passwords to fake login screens. You know, the good stuff. Now, if you want to be smart about this, read up on the reference material I've included on the topic before you go any further. But if you're true to your reputation, you'll probably just ignore that and jump right in. Your choice. Just don't say I didn't warn you.
social engineering can play a key role in your hacking strategy. We'll start with some basic reconnaissance. Using the target's domain name, we'll crawl the web for all email addresses that we could use to launch an email phishing attack. Launch your social engineering toolkit located in your network intrusion menu. In the Spear phishing attack menu, build an email database for the domain niteteam4.com using the email crawler function. Follow the mission objectives closely to complete the task. You can also build a valid email list using a dictionary attack. This function crawls LinkedIn to gather all the target company's employees and then tests various email patterns to identify the company's naming convention. Once the initial valid email list is ready, the function adds the most common names to the database to increase your chances of success. Cool, right? This time, build your database targeting the Black Watchman. Don't forget to include the full company name, including the word "the" at the beginning. It's the details that make the agent, as they say. Do they say that? Is that a thing people say? Well, anyway, get to work. Now that you know how to build a good email database, let's launch an attack. You've practiced loading the gun, now it's time to fire it off and see if you can hit anything. Start by building a target list against the company Sunshade Corporation. Using the set options, create a Microsoft Word document with a reverse shell payload. This will infect your target with a backdoor and it'll show up as a Turbine C2 card. Use a sales report as your email template. Once you launch the attack, give it some time and soon enough, hopefully, an employee will open the email and get infected. I'm not going to guide you step by step. Instead, I want you to explore the module yourself. I'm hoping the more we advance in the Academy, the more confident you'll become with your Stinger OS. During a mission with tools like the Hydra Terminal, you'll face the challenge of exploring unknown modules, especially when you're in the dark web. So might as well take the training wheels off now. Good luck.
Turbine C2 registry initiated. Connection completed.
Okay, so next I'm going to teach you a little wayfinding. Getting inside an enemy network is just step one. You need to know what to do when you get there. There are multiple ways to map out the area, but if you're dealing with a Windows network, WMI is the go-to. The Windows Management Instrumentation is a protocol designed to help administrators connect, organize, and monitor devices on their network. And as I'm sure you know by now, what's helpful for a network admin is also useful for us. Time to see for yourself. Get digging, Agent.
The WMI module is pretty straightforward, similar to what you encounter with the OSINT commands like sfuzzer. When you get inside a network, we can scan public paths, shared drives, and servers that broadcast to the network to learn their identity and location. Let's start by opening your WMI scanner module in the Information Gathering menu and type the command netscan to grab the network information.
Information gathering module initiated.
Each network path you find with NetScan is running a technology. We use the fingerprinting command to identify a technology signature for an external network. In the WMI module, this command is called dig. Type dig followed by a network path to see what technology is running underneath. Your objective is to find the technology IBM Watson on the Sunshade Corporation network.
Information gathering module initiated.
Nice! You're doing very well, but I gotta say, this last stage may be a bit difficult. You'll now combine the information gathered via the WMI scanner with the password attack module. In short, you'll start by finding the URL for Sunshade Corporation's email server. You will then use your WMI scanner to identify a valid username. This username is likely to exist on the company's mail server, payroll, intranet, etc. Following this logic, you will use the password attack module to target the user account on the mail server. Got it? Lots of steps here, so take your time. Combining information from various tools is a skill you must develop if you want to be a better agent, like yours truly.
Information gathering module initiated. Information gathering module initiated. Information gathering module initiated. Password attack and intrusion module initiated. Target acquired. Awaiting variables to launch attack. Attack launched. Password successfully compromised.
Notice how Agent Dylan seems a little more confident? That's because he's watching your quick progress, and so am I. Keep up the good work and you'll soon be certified. Now let me introduce you to another key network component, the Active Directory. It's a great resource by itself, but quickly becomes lethal when combined with your other Stinger OS tools. I'll let our newly emboldened Agent Dylan explain the details.
Companies largely based on Microsoft Windows networks will centralize their employees' account information in a service called the Active Directory. It's a key component in management and operations for any large business. Therefore, it's a highly valuable asset for us. An Active Directory always has a WMI signature. You know what to do, right? Yeah, you got it. Launch a WMI scanner and hit up the Active Directory server using the dig command.
Network disconnected. Turbine C2 registry initiated. Connection completed. Information gathering module initiated.
Great! Now that you know the location of the Active Directory server, we can connect to it. Select and copy the Active Directory path in your WMI scanner using Control-C on your keyboard. Open the Active Directory module in the Information Gathering menu and paste the path of the server by using Control-V. Just so you know, many modules let you copy-paste key info like technology names, paths, etc. Who knew that Control-C and Control-V would be so deadly in cyber warfare?
Information gathering module initiated.
In the last certification, we used information on the WMI scanner to identify a username, then used it for a password attack on the mail server. This time around, we're going to do something similar, but with a different goal in mind. We're after the ERP, or Enterprise Resource Planning mainframe, a central server that manages critical business processes and activities. Using the Active Directory registry, find the account for the company's server administrator. Once you have the username, launch a password attack on the IT mainframe. In the last certification, we used information on the WMI scanner to identify a username, then used it for a password attack on the mail server. This time around, we're going to do something similar, but with a different goal in mind. We're after the ERP, or Enterprise Resource Planning mainframe, a central server that manages critical business processes and activities. Using the Active Directory registry, find the account for the company's server administrator. Once you have the username, launch a password attack on the IT mainframe.
Password attack and intrusion module initiated. Information gathering module initiated. Target acquired. Awaiting variables to launch attack. Attack launched. Password successfully compromised.
Things are going to get challenging quickly, so just stay calm, follow the instructions, and try not screw anything up as we dive into signal interception. There's a lot to learn about the act of spying on someone else's communication and network activity, so I've created an entire training course around it. But for now, let's just get the basics down. The man-in-the-middle attack strategy. If you perform well here, I'll invite you to my signal intelligence training course and we can get deep into it.
Intercepting user activity on a network is much easier than you think. Our man-in-the-middle module is based on various technologies you may have heard of before, like EtherCap and Wireshark. We want to put ourselves between a user and a router or another device that carry network traffic. All we need for a successful man-in-the-middle attack is an active Turbine C2 card connection and a valid victim IP. I've added Dialog's VPN in your inventory so you can connect to their network. The man-in-the-middle module is the second icon at the bottom of your screen. Open it and select an ARP poisoning attack. On the left side, choose the following victim IP, 192.168.1.66. On the right side, use the company router's IP, 192.168.1.1. Once you're in, use the URL snapper to see the network activity and wait for an important URL to show up.
Turbine C2 registry initiated. Connection completed. Network intrusion module initiated.
Another way to deploy a man-in-the-middle attack is through LLMNR poisoning. It can intercept password hashes, not actual plain text passwords, but the encrypted versions. Launch an LLMNR poisoning using the following IP for the victim, 192.168.11.144, and the same IP for the router, 192.168.1.1. You will intercept the password hash using the packet sniffer.
Turbine C2 registry initiated. Information gathering module initiated. Information gathering module initiated. Fox acid server connection initiated. Fox acid attack launched. Fox acid attack successful. Connection completed. Network intrusion module initiated.
The learning curve for the certification is rather steep, so grab your cleats and let's get climbing. We're going to combine 3 modules: the man in the middle, Active Directory, and the password attack. You'll be fine, just don't look down. First, intercept a password hash. I'll give you the IPs again. For the victim, it's 192.168.11.144, and for the router, it's 192.168.1.1. After that, get in their Active Directory and look for their password policies. As the final step, launch the password attack module using the hash mode. Fill out the company password policies and crack the password. See you at the peak, and good luck. Turbine C2 registry initiated. Information gathering module initiated.
Information gathering module initiated. Password attack and intrusion module initiated. Target acquired. Awaiting variables to launch attack. Attack launched. Password successfully compromised.
Okay, not too shabby. See, as long as you keep a level head, you can get through new challenges. So keep it up. But let's not rest on our laurels quite yet. Still more work to be done first. We'll continue with signal interception of Wi-Fi networks, and then move on to other type of intrusion using wireless devices. Ready when you are.
It's time to go wireless. Enough with all these tangled cables, let's connect to the Wi-Fi. The module you'll want to use for this is called AirCrack, located in your information gathering menu. The first thing we'll do is simply scan the area and download Wi-Fi hotspot log files. Start with the command arrow dump, which gives you all the active Wi-Fi signatures accessible from the VPN location. The handshake command runs a sniffer on all network activity, cracks it, and downloads the latest activity.
Turbine C2 registry initiated. Connection completed. Information gathering module initiated.
When you triangulate the data from multiple Wi-Fi networks, you get a data set that can help you identify a target's activity, when they come to the office, when they leave, etc. Using XKeyscore, scan ID and records for Dialog employee Wayne Spalder. Download all the Wi-Fi data in AirCrack and use Wayne's schedule to find a matching pattern. Every time Wayne's cell phone scanned a Wi-Fi network, it left its signature at the same time and date Wayne was in the vicinity. Even if your cell phone doesn't connect to a network, just having it open and scanning the area for valid Wi-Fi is enough to be tracked. We will use that to find Wayne's phone and access it. Scary, right? Makes you wish you still had a pager. When you triangulate the data from multiple Wi-Fi networks, you get a data set that can help you identify a target's activity, when they come to the office, when they leave, etc. Using XKeyscore, scan ID and records for Dialog employee Wayne Spalder. Download all the Wi-Fi data in AirCrack and use Wayne's schedule to find a matching pattern. Every time Wayne's cell phone scanned a Wi-Fi network, it left its signature at
XKeyscore forensics initiated. Network intrusion module initiated.
You're in! Well done! Let's take a break and just review some of our past modules. Inspect his cell phone for any clues that could be used to gain access to this account. Wayne is at the office right now. Since we compromised his phone, you can use it to infiltrate the Dialog network. In the cell phone interface, you have a hotspot connection, so this works the same as a Turbine C2 card. Just click on it to activate it. I've hidden a test file somewhere for you to find. Good luck!
Connection completed.
final step here, Agent. I doubt Dylan will say so, but I'd bet he's mighty proud of you right now. So let's show him what you're made of with a full simulation scenario. We used this before in the early test phases of the Stinger OS, and it stumped a lot of good agents. But I doubt you'll have the same difficulties. So prove me right, and earn your network intrusion certification. Oh, and when it's over, do yourself a favor and check on the bounties. Our partner agencies are always eager to work with qualified agents like you.
I'm gonna be your wingman in this real-life scenario, but outside some objectives I can point you towards, you'll be on your own. This'll test everything you've learned so far. External network attacks, intrusion, drone satellites, cell phone attacks, you name it, it's here. Ready? A group of hackers is targeting a journalist named Laura Walker, and we want to get to her before they do. Let's start by getting into Newsstream Live's network.
Network disconnected. Information gathering module initiated. Information gathering module initiated. Information gathering module initiated. Information gathering module initiated. Fox Acid server connection initiated. Fox Acid attack launched. Fox Acid attack successful. Connection completed.
Nicely done. Now that we're in, let's gather data. See if there are any Newsstream Live internal servers that could give us some info on Laura Walker, her coworkers, and their current location.
Turbine C2 registry initiated. Information gathering module initiated. Keyscore forensics initiated. Keyscore forensics initiated. Keyscore forensics initiated.
You're doing great. I'm looking at the evidence you just found. She shares the same company vehicle records as the cameraman, and it's been checked out a half hour ago. I think we got a serious lead here. Let me activate some of Ottawa City's data infrastructure in Keyscore so you can investigate further. Look at the service entities and see if one of them can help us out.
Keyscore forensics initiated. Drone and imagery intelligence active. Drone and imagery intelligence active.
Smart billboards. That's gonna be fun. Gotta say, unsecured civilian technology is an invaluable asset. You don't follow, eh? Let me explain. You know the big billboards everywhere in a city? Well, these advertising people use technology to know how efficient they are. Each of them are configured with short-range scanners that looks for cell phone Wi-Fi signatures. You should know this already, but your cell phone is constantly looking for known Wi-Fi so it can automatically connect you. That's why you can walk in your home and don't have to manually activate your Wi-Fi. Well, these billboards are listening to the specific network activity from your cell phone. Since all cell phones carry a unique signature, they can know how many unique devices have passed in front of their billboard. Now, let me show you how powerful such technology can be. First, we will hook ourselves into the Triumph Media Smart Billboard data feed so we can track this real-time information. You already know the steps. Scan their network, investigate potential vulnerabilities, and deploy after midnight so we can get access to their internal network. Their main domain is triumphmedia.com. I won't hold your hand this time. It's time to show me what you learned. See those billboards around the city? They're called smart billboards. They're packed with Wi-Fi scanners to identify how many people pass in front of them, so they can charge the advertisers more money at busy intersections. Makes sense, right? But it also means we can hack the company that manages the billboards and use the data to triangulate Laura Walker's cell phone. Let's hope we can get to her in time.
Information gathering module initiated. 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 Fox acid server connection initiated. Fox acid attack launched. Fox acid attack
Nice job.
successful.
Now, activate the VPN and go back to our satellite feed.
Connection completed.
Start the tracking again. Hopefully they haven't left the area.
Drone and imagery intelligence active.
We now have each billboard data feed in real time. When she gets in proximity of one of the smart billboards, click it so we get a snapshot of the active Wi-Fi data. Good job! What you see here is the downloaded data from the billboard. It shows all unique cell phone signatures detected at the exact moment she was in the area. That's a lot of data, and sadly it won't help us pinpoint her exact cell phone's unique identification. Let's hit the smart billboard a second time. Do you see where we're going with this? What you have here is the unique signature found at both locations. As you can see, we drastically narrowed the list. Do you see where we're going with this? Just connect to that cell phone and see what you can find. I'll let you finish the report for Wheeler. It was nice working with you.
Network intrusion module initiated. Drone and imagery intelligence active. Hive Mind Network. Drone and imagery intelligence active.
I just don't know why they make Chihuahua tuxedos.
What is that? What the hell is going on?
Something's wrong with the car. Hold on, I'm pulling over. The engine just died.